Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of Guaire Dev Stream. I'm Jesus Viloria. Today we're going to create a new library from scratch. It will be a library to be able to navigate between screens in an app. When we create an app, sometimes we need to install a new library in order to change between screens. And currently we are using one that is giving us a crash when we use it with a map. So I wanted to create one from scratch, a very simple one that at first is going to just change the screens, and after that maybe we can add some animations to it and some new features like some buttons, maybe adding a bottom tab navigator, a top navigator, titles. We'll do many things, and after that we're going to share it as a library so people can download it and use it using package managers like npm or yarn. So let's do it. We will start by creating a new project from scratch, because we currently have a project for the navigation app we were making, but right now I think making a new project from scratch will be better. So let's do that. Let's go to documents, stream. Let's create a navigator. It's going to be called React Native Screen Navigator. Very simple. Let's go there. And native, let's run this command, React Native init React Native Screen Navigator. Native Screen Navigator, perfect. That's the name of the app. And right now, React Native is going to create a folder and download everything, all the dependencies and everything, so we can start the project. And in the meantime, I'd like to see how to create a library from scratch. I've never done that, so join me in this journey. So how to create a npm or yarn, creating a package. So we're going to create a simple project to test everything, and after that we will publish a library so people can download it and use it as an alternative. I use React Navigation a lot in all of my projects, but from time to time I need an alternative for compatibility, to solve compatibility problems, or maybe one is needed for a client, or maybe a project was started with an existing navigator and you have to learn how to use that, things like that. So in our case, we're going to create one from scratch and we're going to share it for the community to use freely. So creating a package, what do we have to do to create a package? Well, this installs over here, you can read that. So you have to click to create this. Yarn init. No, Oh, it has an interactive form for creating the package. Awesome. Create set package.json. Pretty cool. So basically we're going to create a folder inside of our React Native project, because the project is going to be a React Native application, so we're going to have many stuff that we don't want to upload, and inside of that project we're going to create a folder over here that's going to be called the library. It's going to call it Navigator. After that, maybe we cut it and paste it over here, and we upload that to the Git repository. So we'll take care of this later, but for now we're going just to create the project. We already created it, so we're gonna run it. Let's go to npx react native run Android, and that's going to run that project in our Android emulator. Oh, maybe it changed. I think it changed. In the latest libraries. Let's see. Oh, maybe we had to see the package.json to see the commands. Let's do that. Open folder, screen navigator. Let's go here, and let's see the package.json. To see the scripts. Run Android. So we just have to do npm run Android. Ah, I see what's the problem. I have to go to the screen. So now it's going to work. Maybe. Let's see. Yes. Was in the wrong folder. Sorry about that. So while it runs or starts to run, let's keep checking this out. So you will likely allow users to download the package. Oh, nice. Yes, we'll do that. Of course, people will generally prefer using the more curated libraries that are currently in place. But what I want to offer is a very simple library that it will be very simple to use and with almost no configuration. So that way we'll be able to do it. And of course, as an alternative to more complex libraries. So I will use it for that, as an alternative. And let's check this out. Let's check the code. We have this folder here we created called Navigator, and we'll also create a folder called Components. Another one called Screens, and yeah, basically that. This is the initializing part of the application, and this is the app that's going to run everything. So this is the file in which we're going to add maybe a root element called Navigator, and with that, inside of it we'll add the screens. We'll see how we do it. Okay, it's running now. Hopefully it gives us no errors. Awesome. So yeah, we have just a basic React Native application, and as you can see, we can't change any screens because that's something we have to solve by downloading a library. So we're going to make one from scratch and share it to the community. Let's do it. So to do that, let's create a basic. Let's copy this and paste it over here in Navigator, and let's call it Navigator, or yes, Navigator. Let's delete all this stuff over here. I don't think we're gonna use all of these things. Let's change this name as well. Let's change it to Navigator. We can use this maybe in the future, not yet. At first, let's just add a view, right? We're creating just a simple element with no styles, nothing, just a view. Right, and let's create over here the line that we need to use to import it. So for now, it's going to be from a folder. In the future, it will be from a library that we will share. So import Navigator from the folder Navigator. So what we basically did, we just created a file, we imported, and we will add it here, right? Oh, my bad, not here. Let's delete everything from here. Everything from here as well. We don't need it for now. And over here, let's paste this. So it's a blank screen, as it should be. And we will start by adding a list of screens we're going to use. So let's add a variable over here that we will call screens, and it will be an array. Right? So we will add a new screen over here. We will copy this since we have a basic. Suppose that we have a home, we have a login, home, and maybe something else like profile. So let's change this accordingly. Profile. Login. And home. And we just have 3 screens. And what we will do now will be the following. We're going to go to our home screen, and we're going to import those screens. So import home from screens home, right? So we have home, login, and profile, right? Yes. So we have 3 screens that we want to navigate from and to, and we're just going to add them here: home, login, and profile, right? So this navigator is going to help us navigate between a home screen, a login screen, and a profile screen. That's the main objective. And in here, I just have to add the variables, right? I think it's here. Maybe like this. Or like this. Sometimes I forget. Yes. Perfect. So this is better if we use, instead of a function, a component, I think. Let's see if I can do something like this. Let's see. Or else I'll have to use something. Let's see. If this gives us a problem. I don't remember how to use effect. Let me get it from here. It's here. Sometimes I forget how to use something and I just copy it from an existing project to save time. Saves you like 2-3 minutes, so it's pretty cool. Okay, so if we do this, let's see. I haven't used this like this, so oops. Yes. So instead of a function, maybe we use a component, a class. Yeah. Let's do that. Component declaration. Maybe I'll have to yes, because I want to use functions inside of a something like this, right? A class. This is what I need. Yes. Yes, I need a component, so instead of declaring it like this, we're gonna declare it like this, right? Oops. And the render function will be just this. Perfect. Function. Just like this. me see an example. Oops. Let me see it here. It's been so long since I've used that way that I need to refresh my memory. Oh, I didn't need to declare anything, just like this. And it's done. So maybe if I do it like this, it should work. Maybe if I use like public or something. Oh, I need a constructor as well. So let's add the constructor. I need a constructor, but I don't know if... Here it is. Oops. 47, wow. Perfect. So it's working. Hi is not a function. So weird. Now it's working. Okay. Perfect, this is working. Says hi. What happens if I do this? It's going to fail or not? It's undefined. Okay, this is what we will do. Okay, it's working. So Navigator, navigate, perfect. Let's try to see console.log this. Let's see what happens if we don't have an instance and how React Native shows it. It's going to fail probably. Undefined, yes. So static instance just doing an experiment here. Oops. Props. Let's see what it prints. I think it will print the screens. Yes. Home, login, and profile. Perfect. So it's running the constructor, right? Oh, awesome. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. And it's working. Perfect. So what we did was we created a static instance that is going to be the object we created here with these values. So that means we are able to use all this information and store it in the class instead of the instance. So that means everywhere we use Navigator dot something is going to be globally available. So it's like a singleton, because when we construct this, we assign this instance, but we're not doing just one. So when we call the React Native component like this, it's going to be a new instance. So you just have to make sure that we just use one Navigator for the whole application. If we create another one, it will be overimposed. It will be the last one will be deleted, and the new one will be this instance. So it's different than the other singleton objects we have created in the past for configurations, because that object will be only one in the entire system. Sorry. And in the case of this Navigator, we are just creating an instance each time we call the Navigator. So it wouldn't be a singleton, but at least we have a unique way of accessing the information through a static element of the class, not the instance. So yeah, basically that's what we're doing. We created a very simple object that has global configurations. So we have the screens, and we also need to show the first screen. So which one is going to be the first screen? So let's create a value called initial screen, which is going to be the login screen, right? So the login will be our first screen. So Navigator dot first screen will be props dot first screen. Perfect. Or maybe this instance. Maybe you can use the state. The state is something really nice that we can use, because with the state, yes, let's do that. State will be equals to, this is the state, I will explain it now. First screen. The state is an object that is similar to the setState function when we use the hooks, the newly created hooks in React and React Native. And instead, if we have to change something now, we have to do this or instance set state, for example, current screen, for example, and we can change it. So we have to use this now. So current screen. So the current screen is what we will show here. Show screen, which is going to be a function that's going to return current screen. This for instance state, instance state dot current screen. So let's see if this works. Sorry, instance dot perfect. Let's start it again. This is called React Navigation. So we're currently showing this first screen, which is the login. Let's add some info over here just to see that it's working. The login will have a background color, a red background color, so yeah, we know that's the login screen. Let's add some flex as well. See, 100% works. Maybe the parent is not. Let's adjust the dimension. So the current screen, we're showing it. Show screen. Okay. Oh, maybe we have to fix this as well. Let's add the dimension. Also, let's copy this. I will copy this to show that if it's working or not. If the children is not working, probably, or maybe if the parent is not working, the children probably will not be working. So let's fix the parent. Okay, the parent is working. The parent is working. So this is the navigator. The navigator is blue. And the first screen should be this. So we should be showing a red screen. Let's see. Login should be red. Let's see if this, because this is not working, but let's see if I put this. It's not working either. The logging is supposed to be here. Initial screen, logging, right? So it's the information is arriving to the class, but for some reason it's not being shown. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you very much, and welcome. Currently, we have to see why the screen is not being shown. So let's see this. Let's see why. First, let's see if we can change the state. Let's create let's see. Because right now this is printing something, but it's not what it should. So let's see if we do. We already did this, right? Let's see if we do this instance. Let's see. Oh yes, since we're using functions, we need to do this. Let's see. like this. Yes, we're calling this function. It was a problem, it was an error. Okay. Let's see if we call this. Dot current screen. Okay, it's not giving any errors, but it's not changing anything. Let's see if we do this. Undefined. Let me be back for a second and I will fix this, I promise. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So let's see if this has something. Okay, it has something. State. Let's see. Of course it has something, but this I don't think it has. It's undefined. And let's also check this. This is also undefined, so maybe we have to do something different, like set state. Maybe like this. It's undefined. Null. So it's wrong. Let's do something different. And alert state. Oops. Okay. I'm going to try something to see if the state is being saved after a second. It's not. Oh, it is. It is. It actually is. So we just have to wait for a second. This show alert, I'm going to delete it, comment it in the meantime. Let's check it out. Okay, so the constructor is being called several times. Maybe that's the problem. See? Several times. Oh no. Let's delete this. This is giving problems. Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully I won't get any allergies this spring. Okay. So after a second we should see a test. And you see, we see something weird, right? Like 3 times. Oh, and because of this. So let's delete this. Yes, perfect. Now it's working fine, right? So the state is working great. So let's see why we can't see this. It's undefined. And let's see this. It's undefined as well. So maybe the problem wasn't here. Initial screen. It's not first screen, it's initial screen. Sorry guys, sometimes from time to time I fail miserably in rare occasions. So let's do this correctly. Okay. Current screen. Oh, let's see if it's being saved as well. Let's get this navigator dot instance dot state dot current screen. Let's see what's the current screen. Perfect. Should be that one. We should get the name of the function. Dot name. It has a name, so let's print that. Logging. Now we're doing fine, perfect. But it's not being printed here, so let's print it correctly. State, sorry. So we have the screen set correctly. This over here. And let's see if we put this over here like this. It works. So we are currently having a nice object with great instantiation, but we're not showing the screen. So let's call a function called refresh that will this punto state reset state. Let me see. Force reload, something like that. Force update, this. So after a second, let's do a refresh. Maybe if I run it like this. Oh yes, that's the way. So this is the logging screen, and we can delete this. And this is the logging screen. Let's add a text to say this is a logging. Why can't we see it? Oh, here it is. Perfect. Let's make it bigger. Okay. Okay, great. So let's copy this. Would be the profile screen. The background color would be something like yellow, different color. Just to know that we are switching pages successfully. And the other one maybe green, yellow, and the home will be something like green. Login is red, home is green, profile is yellow. Let's add the text over here as well. It's the profile, home, profile, home, login. Great. Dimensions as well. I need that. So we have no errors over here. Perfect. So how do we switch between screens? So basically, what we have to do is first go here at the login screen, and we have to import Navigator. Excellent. And we'll add a button over here, a button touchable opacity. Let's import this as well. Oh, it's imported already. Saves a lot of time. On press, we're going to add a function over here that would be something like Navigator. Oops. Dot navigate, and we will say over here something like home, right? So this Navigator dot navigate will take us to the home screen. So we will create here something like navigate, the name of the screen, and at first we are just going to print it on screen to see if we are having something fine. Let's add some colors to that button as well in the login screen, because the button is not background color blue. Let's add it to some color blue and some padding and border radius. And inside, let's add something like go home. Oops. Style, color white, and go home. Oops. Now, where's the button? I don't see it. Oh, I have to refresh. Yes. Perfect. So if we click this, there should be a function called navigate. All right. Now it's gonna work. Okay, we're sending this, let's see, in logging, sorry. In logging, we are, let's make this a little bit better so we can read it faster. Okay, so on press, when I press that button, we call this navigator.navigate home. So we want to navigate to the home address. So when we click that, we are just at first printing that on screen. So how do we change that? Okay, let's go over here and do that. So let's do a for we're going to iterate between all the screens, and when we find the one with this name, home, then we will use that as a screen that we will show in the navigator. So let's do that. EI less than navigator.instance.state. Let's add the the screens props.screens, because when we configure this, so weird. Okay, when we assign this screens variable, we can access it like this. So that's what we're going to use as a reference. State screens I think it's length of an array. We shall see. Let's see if we are doing this right. Profile, login, and home. Yes, we're doing fine. So in this iteration over here, you're just printing all the names. So now we're going to compare it with this parameter over here. So let's do that. If screen name equals screen, which is the name we are looking for, then Navigator instance going to set state. When we find it, we're going to set the state of this variable. Current screen will be the one we found, right? So basically, we're going to iterate all the screens, and when we find the one we have in the parameter, then we set it as the current screen. So let's see if that works. Let's see if this goes home. Oops, we have to reload, sorry. And it goes home. Awesome. So let's do several buttons over there. Logging. Let's have one that goes to the logging. Home. And the other one would be profile. Right. So let's reload. And home is green, right? Home is green and profile is yellow. Yellow. So we have one for home and the other one for the profile screen. So if we press home, we go home, and if we press profile, we go to the profile screen. So now we want to go back. So how do we go back? Let's check that out. So let's go to the profile and create there a button to go back. We successfully found a way to navigate between screens, but we still need to go back. So let's add a back button. Oops, not like this, but like this. Maybe if I do something like this. Yes. So we are now in the profile screen. No, we're not. And we'll do a new function called pop. Pop will take us to the latest screen. Right now it's not going to work, of course. Oh, sorry. To add this over here. So if we go to profile and we click this, we will have an error right now because we haven't created this pop function, but as you can see, we're able to navigate between screens. So we did a navigator from scratch. So we go to profile. Let's add this in home screen as well. It doesn't look very good yet, so we'll make it better soon. Okay, so if we go home, we have this back button over here. It's not very beautiful. Let's put it green as well. And let's create this pop function. So in order to pop, we need to also make a stack, because let me draw it. Let me show you. Let me show you how that works. I didn't think we were going to draw today, but I'm always glad to bring out my tablet, because with that we're able to check graphically what I want to explain easily, and to explain the navigator with a stack navigator, sorry, I think it's important. So let's do it. So basically, when we are currently navigating, we are currently, this is the login screen, right? We press home or profile. This is like jittery, I don't know why. So jittery. Well, no problem. Alright, so we have profile and home, right? So the screens. And we have also a stack over here. So what's a stack? Currently in the stack, if we are currently in this screen, we have login. If we press here with our finger, that's finger supposedly, then we go to the home screen, right? And now in this stack we have the home. It's called a stack because you place items one after the other on top of each other, so it creates a stack. You stack the items over each other, right? So when you go home, you stack something there. So if we have the profile button over here and you press it with your beautiful hands, this is just a bad representation of a hand, but you may are able to understand it. So if we go to profile, to the profile screen, then in the stack you have a profile now. So when we click the back button over here, or the back button over here, and we do a pop, what we're just doing is eliminating the first item on the stack, the profile. And what happens, we delete this page and we go over here. So this is our current screen, right? And if we press the back button again, then we eliminate this in the stack and we eliminate this and we go back to this screen. So that's how basically a stack navigator works. So let's do that. Let's do a stack navigator. So to do a stack navigator, we need to create a stack. An implicit stack is only going to be accessed by the navigator. No one's going to manually edit the stack because it should be hermetically isolated from the outside world. Because if someone deletes this, then when you go back from profile, you won't see the home screen, and it will be strange when you press the back button. So it's going to be isolated and encapsulated. That's how you say it in the object-oriented programming world. And the only way you can edit this is by calling this pop function, or by navigating to another screen. If you navigate to another screen, the stack will have an item on the top, a new item on the top, and if you pop, then you delete it. That's how we're going to do the navigator today. So thank you, tablet, you helped me a lot today. You're going back to your designated location for now. If I need you again, I will call you. Thank you very much. So let's build this stack navigator. So at the beginning, when we create the object and we instantiate this class, we're going to add a stack that's going to only have the initial screen, because the stack is going to be initialized like that, right? But if we navigate, we're going to push a new item into that stack. So if we find it here and if we change the current screen, then we will create a new stack, a new item in the stack that we will instantiate with what's existing in the stack first, right? We're going to add that item and we're going to set it back over here. So So we just basically got the stack from the state. We pushed into it the new screen, and we added it back to the state. So when we pop, we're just going to go to the stack, and how do we delete? JavaScript delete last item in array. Let's see if there's a function there. Maybe not, but let's see. Pop. Yes, just pop. The same. So we have to validate that. So let's do this again. It's a stack, right? If stack is better than 1, so we can't pop if there are no more items, because if we have deleted everything but the last screen, if we delete it, we just end up with a blank screen. So we should validate that as well. We're just going to pop, and if we effectively popped, then the current screen should be the last one. So we do this, we do stack, oops, length -1. So that's what we should do when we pop. So popping is like going back, right? So let's reload, let's go home, and let's see if we can go back. Error. Oh, Navigator, we have to import it. Let's copy this, let's go to profile, paste it, let's go home, paste it, perfect. So let's go home and let's go back. Awesome. Profile, let's go back. So yeah, basically we just did a navigator that helps you, that is Stack Navigator capable. It has a Stack Navigator, and we can go home and pop. Of course, if we do this, let's do something cool like this. We're going to login, and in home we're going to add the profile screen, and vice versa. So just for testing, here we're going to add this, and here we're going to add this, just so can you see that we have a completely dynamic navigator. And if we go back, we go back, back. So the navigator and the Stack Navigator is completely dynamic. You can add any kinds of screens over there, so it's going to be back. And let's also try and add this over here in the login screen to see if we try to go back from the home screen, what happens. So if we try to go back, it does nothing, because in here we added this validation over here. So the stack is always going to have at least one screen. So excellent, we created a navigator, or a Stack Navigator, but it's really simple. It has no animations, it has no tab navigator at the top, or a bottom navigator with buttons, which you can, like in Instagram, that you have several buttons at the bottom, or the profile at the top. So we're going to add that, so we can have a cool navigator. So what do we do now? So I will try to add something that I needed. I had something on my mind to start with, but I forgot what. No problem. So let's delete this that we added over here, and we will add now a oh, I remember, yes, this Android button at the bottom that lets you go back. Right now it's taking us out of the application, so it's an error. It shouldn't be like that. It should, if you press home and then press this, we should go to the login screen, right? Oh, it went there. No, it didn't. It just restarted the app, so no problem. So how to detect this button? Let's check that out. React Native. So I want to bypass the button. Yeah, this is it. This is it. So we are bypassing now when the users in Android press the back button. So we have a navigate, pop, refresh, show screen, and let's add here this. So this back handler maybe still works in Android. We don't know. Yes, it does. And let's see. Back button pressed. So let's see if this works. We go home and we press this. No. Ah, it's this, sorry. It's working fine. It's awesome, by the way. So what do we have to press here? We just press Navigator dot pop. So if we do navigator.pop, we will be fine. This is just for Android. It's something that when you focus in just the iOS version, you forget about it. But okay. So basically, if we press this, we should go back. Awesome. It works. Perfect. And if we do this, it shouldn't do anything like taking us out of the screen or anything. So it's working fine. It's really nice. So if we go home and we press this, we go back. If we go to profile, we press this. Perfect. So now I'm going to add a tab at the top that's going to have both the back button and a title, and maybe some buttons at the right as well. So let's check that out. So this is currently our navigator. It's pretty easy to configure. You just add the screens, you import all the screens, you add them here. You say which one is the first one, but we can now configure several stuff. Maybe we can, instead of just adding this, we can add something like this, something like element or component. It will be home, the name as a reference, right? Also the title, home screen, for example, right? And in the future we can add something like options, and in those options we can hide top bar, maybe background color, things like that. Top bar background color. For now we're going to have the component, the name, and the title. And it's going to give us some errors because, oh, maybe not yet. Maybe when I get to the login I will. But okay. Here we're going to change this into a string. So we use the name as a reference. So this name is going to be the reference for navigation. The component can be whatever, but we're going to use this as the reference. If we want to navigate to home, we say navigate home. Oops. So let's do this login. With no title, home screen, and profile. Profile screen. All right, perfect. So now instead of using this, now we have to check the objects inside. So I'm going to copy this to select the first screen. We're going to have many validations after this, but I'll do them later. Okay. Oops. At least I'm going to validate this. We have screens, right? Okay. So I'm going to check all the screens to see if we have something similar to the initial screen configuration, and if we find it, we have the name with the name, the stack. Also we have to restart the configuration, but no problem. So initial screen, I'm going to create an initial screen. Initial screen is going to be this that it found plus component dot component, sorry, which is this component, right? And it's not going to be this, but props. current screen is going to be this. Perfect, now it works. And the stack, we're going to initialize it as well. Perfect. And the navigate part is going to be similar. But instead of the current screen being like this, we're going to add the component. Oh, I have to reload. Perfect. Oh, the pop as well, I'm going to fix it. Oh, the stack. That component. Now it's working. Perfect. Got it. So we have this screen configuration. So to add a new screen, you add the component, which is the React Native file that contains your screen. You add to it a name as reference and a title that we're going to add at the top. So yeah, let's do it. We are going to add a basic navigator at the top with just a white color, and we can make it configurable. So if we need to change it, we can do it. So let's do that. So let's add here at the top a view brown color, top tab color, and it's going to be just the color white. Perfect. Show top tab. So we're having a top tab here, so we can, if we don't need to show it, we can, if navigator dot instance dot state dot show or hide, show, maybe hide, yes, hide navigate, hide top tab. If we are not hiding it, then I'm going to show it. return that, right? Or else, if we need to hide it, return null. So in the logging screen, I will hide that top tab. So let's see. All right. Options. Something like that. So in the logging screen, I'm going to hide the top tab. But not for now. I'm going to please at first hide it if we need, at least add the title, and in the future I'm going to hide it. But for now, I'm going to show the title. Maybe let's delete this. And in the pop, navigate, this. Perfect. Yes, I did that because I want to save in the stack the entire object so we can have the title. So in here we have access to it. So let's add the title. In the current screen. What's the show screen? This is the item. And we'll put here title. Oh, I need to import the text. Perfect. So we have a title over here, logging, but it doesn't look so good, so let's make it better. We need to add a button at the left part. We also need to add this as a row flex direction. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Font size, maybe, see, oof, too big. All right. For now. So we have that. So if we click this, it doesn't do anything. Let's see. Perfect. So basically, that's a placement to add the title of our screens. So if we add here profile screen, my dude. So if we go to profile, oh sorry, let's reload. We'll see that the title you just set over there, right? You go home, you get that, the title. Let's make it better. Maybe add like a color black and font height bold. So it looks better. If we go back, we see that. Let's also add this style to the back button. We'll make it better with an image, but for now it looks like that. All right. So right now this is not working. Oh. Much better. So let's give this button the correct functionality. We have it already in this. Well, we just have to do a on press pop. So where it is, here it is. On press. Oops, I don't know what I did. You just have to do that. So if we go home and we press this, we go back. Simple as that. So in this screen, we now are able to delete this. And delete this. So if we go home and then profile, let's reload. Home and profile. We just need to click this, and we go back. So now we just need to delete this, or make the configuration to hide the top tab. So let's do that. So in this first component called login, we have these options over here to hide top tab. So let's do that. So when we navigate, we will validate those options. So hide top tab is going to be equal to the screen dot options hide top tab. Right? And of course, since this is the first one, we are not navigating, we have to add it at the beginning as well. Hide top tab is going to be equal to this options hide top tab. So as you can see, the login screen is going to have it hidden, but if we go to home, it shows the top tab. If we go back, oh, it shows again. So let's see that with the pop. When we pop, we still need to delete it, so let's delete it. And hide top tab equals options so now if we pop, it should be hidden as well. Perfect. So suppose that now we have to delete that in the home screen. We just go to home, we add options, and we add over here hide top tab to true, and if we refresh and we go home, it doesn't show the top tab, right? And we have to press this button to go back. But if we add false, or if we don't even add it, we have it again. Sometimes you want to hide the back button, right? So let's do that. In the home screen, hide back button, for example. We will do that after a short break. So be right back, guys. See you soon. Alright, we're back. So now we're going to delete this button if we need at the top, and to do that we just added this configuration over here, hide back button, right? So if we go over here in our initialization, we also need this. So we're going to add a new variable here called hide back button, right? And we're going to copy this hide back button just like that. It's very easy when you have an object standardized in the way in which you establish the options. So you create an options object over here. It can be optional, of course, and you can add variables inside, or you can add the correct name is I forgot the name. If I remember, I will tell you. Well, basically the name of the JSON object, you add it here. But now we have to use this variable, right? So we go over here in this top part, and in here we delete this, add a function, we will call it show back button, right? And it's going to be from the instance, from the class, sorry. We created over here static show back button, and we are going to show it only, if the navigator has that function available. So I don't know why this is so big. Okay, so when we add the constructor over here, we added this variable in the state. Oh, we didn't add it, sorry. I need to add it over here. Aha. So we add this navigator dot instance state. So we added this variable hide back button to the state, and now if we have it over here, we're accessing it over here when we show the back button. If we are not hiding it, we show it, right? But if we are hiding it, then we return null. So in home, let me see, I think we're hiding it in the home screen. Yes, hide back button, right? Set to true. Oh, right, this is the constructor, the first screen. We need to add it also when we navigate. So maybe we should add a better way to initialize every screen, because we are copying 3 times everything. So as you can see, that can be prone to errors, because let's do it the dumb way first. All right, let's do it the stupid Jesus way, so you can see how I can make mistakes. So let's do that. Let's go over this part over here to hide the button. Aha. So we have to add it when we add the first screen, when we push, and when we pop. So it's 3 times we have to have the same code. I don't know if you understand. That can be prone to errors. So let's add it 3 times to show you the dump way and then the correct way. So we're hiding the top bar here. So let's hide the button, hide top, hide back button, hide back button, and finally we add this. Of course, it's not much work because I have to just copy and paste, but 3 times. And if I forget one, then I have to do it all again. Oops. So this way I think it should work. See, it works. Perfect. So in the home screen we don't have a back button, but in the profile screen we do. So that's basically what we were doing now. We hide the back button. So how do we make this better so we don't have to do 3 configurations each time we create a new configuration? Well, instead of this, we're going to create a function called load screen configuration. So this function is going to reset or set all the screen configurations. So it's basically doing this, but in a better way. So this pop is going to be pretty now. It's not going to have all these things. Going to equals to into state current screen. So I'm getting the current screen and then setting all the options. For now we just have 2, which are hide the top tab and hide back button, right? We don't need this for now. Yeah, that's good. So Navigator dot load screen config is going to set all the properties of the screen. So now we can delete this, and we put it over here, and also we delete this. We don't need any of this. Alright, so what's the problem over here? Maybe the first one I have to. Let's see. Because if we go over here, it works fine. Or not. Oh, I know. Over here. We need to put the color white on the background. Oops. Or not here. Oh, that's the back button, sorry. Yes, I had to add it. To the top tab, sorry. We will configure that later, but for now we just have it in the color white as default. But yes, basically at the first screen we're not showing it for some reason. And it's hiding it in the home screen, so let's see what's the problem. So I'm going to add an initial screen if I don't have a state. So if the initial screen is defined, then I use that. Else I use the other thing. Oops. Yes, it's giving me an error because the item is being called in the constructor, so I need to wait for it to be mounted. So I'm going to run this not on the constructor but in the component with did mount part. So I'm going to do that over here. Let's see if this works. We will try it out. Maybe it will, maybe it will not. We shall see. Okay. check it out. Right now we're seeing the validations we have to do. Component of undefined. Oh, I know what can I do. Yes, it's fine. I know. Let's do this better because I'm seeing many problems. This new Oh, I got disconnected for a while, but I'm back. So let's go to the top tab and background color, top back color. I have a top back color. Oh my. Okay, if I don't have a top back color, then it's going to be white. But if I do have a top back color, I will put it. It's not working. Let me reset. For some reason, when I click the first screen, the top tab is not working, but what is this? Let's check this out. It's not working. Why? Oh, I'm not even setting it. Let's set it. That's a good thing about the function we created. We just need to add a new function over here just once, not 1,000 times like in the past. So now we can add a color to our items. It adds it after we set it. So this is not working. Oh, right. Maybe we need to add a then. Like this. No. It's kind of working, but not quite. navigate. Yes, we're accessing the state 2 times, so let's see. Yes, you have a callback. Awesome. So let's do that. Let's do that, a callback over here. And we just add this. So after we edit the set state, or after we edit the state with set state, we're gonna run this. Check this out. Now it works. Perfect. Way better. This is blue because we're not even configuring it. So let's do, if we hide the button, let's see if we hide the button. Let's just hide the button, but we set the color to blue. Perfect. It's hiding the button, but, and also we need to make this better over here, because if we hide the button, as you can see, we have a weird margin at the left. So padding left, if we're hiding the back button, right, we add 0. But if we're not hiding it, we just, this is right, I don't know. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, right. Let's see. Perfect. So if we are hiding the back button, add a padding, or else not. Okay, so if we go here and hide that option, it looks great. Perfect. Home screen, profile screen. So instead of this blue color, let's add this blue here, and home should be white. Home is white. I don't know why profile is blue. Oh, home should be blue, not white. Let's see. Oh, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. I don't know why I added this. So I need to add this here, this here. Sometimes I mix the conditionals, my bad. So home should be blue, profile should be white. Perfect. So we added 3 configurations: top tab color, hide back button, and hide top tab. So let's delete all of them to test them. Maybe this logging, home, and profile. Well, profile has nothing. As you can see, it has the back button, white color. And if we hide the top tab, options, hide top tab. It should hide the tab. Let's see. Yes, hides the tab. And in the home screen, we're just going to show it in the normal color. Profile is hidden. Perfect, it's working fine. So now I want to set this color at the top as the same color at the top bar. So let's change that. Status bar. It's just that. Oh, I have it already. Awesome. Oh, it's not here. It's over here. Here. Status bar. Perfect. Just add it over here. And just add over here. Let's add a status bar option over here. Show status bar. Show status bar basically I am checking if I'm changing the top bar color, and if I do that, I will also change the bar at the top, the status bar over here, because as you can see, this one is gray at the top, and this one is white, so I have to change it to have the same color. If I go home, oh, maybe top bar color. Let's set the profile to blue. Yes, it's blue. Okay. So let's change this. I think I had it over here, so let's undo, copy, and redo. Let's see if it works. So if we press this, we should have a blue status bar, but we didn't. So let's check this over here to see if we can change it manually. We do. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let's see. Here it's fine because I'm forcing it. Top bar color, options top bar color. Why is it blue always now? Let's close the app, open it again. It's doing nothing now, okay. Let's do something better to see. If I add it over here, maybe maybe it needs to be always rendered, so let's check this out. So it's not changing programmatically. So maybe I need to reload. Let's see. No, it's always white. Let's see. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I can change it programmatically, so let's check it out. Set bar color or else white. Let's close the app and open it again, because that status bar at the top has some weird issues, but we'll fix them up. So we don't need this. We don't need this. We just need this. Awesome, it works. Pretty nice. So we just use this function to change the color and it works. And in the home screen we're going to set it to white because blue white is the default color. So let's see, home is white, perfect. And we're also setting the style, so let's check this out first. Oh, I see. Says the dark content. Awesome. So we're setting now a dark color. So let's do it. We're setting, since we set the color to white, we need to add dark fonts so they can be read, or else we can't read it. Else we set it to like content true. How to check if a color is light or dark? Well, maybe I can do that in the future. But as you can see, if these two. So let's do this better. Let's do this better because we can't see that color. So yes, we can. How cool is that? So it's not going to be something that we will configure manually. Let's do it programmatically and automatic. So let's do that. Awesome. Let's see if this works. Thank you, Andreas Wick. So basically, it checks if we have RGB or RGBA. checks the numbers. So we need to have an RGBA color, not necessarily. Oh, we have the hex as well, so no problem. So we have RGB and also hexadecimal, so no problem. Perfect. So let's do it. If light or dark. If the tab color is light or dark, then if it's light, we use the light content, or else, oops, we use the dark content. So let's try that first, automatically. See if it works. Oh. Now it's fine. Okay, perfect. Home looks white and puts it dark, and this one is not working. So instead of using this, let's use this. It's the other way around. So unlight. So start from scratch. Perfect. Perfect. Now it works. So if we change to a dark color, it sets the font to white, and if we change to a clear light color, it changes the font to a dark color, so we can see the contrast. So we are doing that with the top bar, but we're not doing it with the title. So let's do it with the title now. Let's do it with the title, and let's set a variable called light content, dark content. That's going to be true. Oops. False. So it's going to be false. And we add it here as well. So for the font, in the title, we're having it here. Let's put this better, because it looks kinda overwhelming. And this is the title, right? So the color, instead of black, is going to be, if Navigator and all this has a dark content, oops, then we're going to set the color to white. Oops, like this. Or else we set the color to black. Let's see if this checks out. It's the other way around. Yeah, I always do it, the conditionals the other way around, incorrectly. So now the home screen is black and the profile screen is white. And I have to do that with the back button as well. So let's make this better. Perfect. So the color, instead of black, is going to be now dynamic. So if we go home, it's fine. If we go to profile, we have this, changes the color. Perfect. So now we're going to add a button tab, and the button tab is going to have some buttons, so we can click home or profile, etc. So let's do that very quickly. That's pretty cool. I really like it. And if we go back to the login screen, it doesn't crash. We go home, has the white top bar. We go to profile, it has a black top bar. Pretty nice. So now we're going to have some buttons at the bottom that, instead of being a top bar, is going to be a button tab. So let's do that. And instead of configuring for each screen, we're going to add here a button tab. Sorry, maybe like this, right? And maybe we can add it like an array, and it's going to have a title, oh sorry, it should be like this, like an object, each of one. It has a title, an icon, maybe for now it's going to be something, a text. I'm going to get an icon soon. And maybe like this, items. It's going to have an items object that's going to contain all the buttons, right? Screen, login. So we're gonna have 3 buttons. One is going to be login. Oops, sorry. Now, one is going to be login, another one is going to be home. And the other is going to be profile. So we're going to have at the bottom 3 buttons that we are going to have that. If this is not set, then we just hide it, we don't show it. So let's add that button tab. Button tab. And in here, in the load screen config, we're going to say button tab oh, we don't need it there. We have it here at the beginning for everyone. So maybe if we want to hide it in a screen, well, maybe we will add later as a configuration. But at first, we're just going to for now show it. Let's show it. So let's add it here at the bottom. Here. Instead of show top tab, show bottom tab. Show bottom tab. And have it as this, bottom tab. So if state bottom tab, then we show it. For now, we're not showing anything, but we will now, soon. Set the color to white for now. And it's not showing anything for some reason. Oh, right. We need to set it as a static. Position absolute, sorry. Bottom 0. Ah, here it is. Perfect. Okay, so let's add flex 1 so it flexes everything. No, flex, not flex, but flex. Dimensions, get window. Perfect. And we're also doing centering everything. Line content, center. Align item center. And justify content, center. So that way everything is nicely at the center. Hide top tab. The top tab is like, it's not showing because of the top tab. Oh no, we don't have any top tabs here, so forget about it. I didn't say anything. Okay, let's add a height, a better height. 50. Now, why is that? Now it's worse. Oh well, for now, let's do it like this. For now. Oops. Alright, so we have now a bottom tab that we can hide. Let's hide it, hide it in the login screen. Hide bottom tab, true. So we don't have to show it. Not. Options bottom tab. So if we hide it, we don't show it. But in the screen, home screen, we're showing it, we're not hiding it, so if we go back to the login screen, it's hidden. So perfect. Alright, so let's go back home. And in here, instead of test, we're going to add all these items. So let's add that. So we're going to add Navigator, show bottom tab items. Show bottom tab items. Tab items. How do you explode it? Map. Perfect. I forgot about the function. All right. It's like this, I think. Perfect. So I have to return something, or just like this, as it was. So the buttons are going to be touchable opacities with text for now. That's going to contain the item name, I think, or title. So we're basically showing this title. Let's check it out. Oh, button tab dot items. My bad. Items. Now it works perfect. We should add a key so it doesn't give us that problem, and a style. Set a style for each item. We say margin. So we have login, home, and profile. It's these three over here, right? So maybe a bigger margin. Yes, looks better. So we added the title. We need to add the screen. So in the screen, what we have to change, what we do to change the screen is on press over here, and we just call the function in the item, right? So we do this Navigator, navigate, the name of the screen. So if we go home and we click login, it should take us to the login. If we go home and we press home, it's just the same. And if we go to profile, we change the profile. So here we have a navigator, a button tab navigator. A very powerful navigator, very simple, easy to use. So you have the screens, the initial screen and the bottom tab. So now let's add the images. Let's go to flat icon. And let's download. Oops. Why is it not working? Learning how to use Windows. Let me clean this download folder over here so you can see everything. And let's get some icons. The first one is going to be the user. Free icon. Attribution required. From FreePick. Perfect. The second one is going to be home. Thank you, FreePick, for these awesome images. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Settings. Free pick as well. Oh, this is Phoenix Group. Thank you, Phoenix Group. Let's copy these 3 images and we'll add it to the assets folder. We haven't created it yet, so let's create it. Assets. So let's go to this place over here. Oh, it's not this, it's assets. Home and settings. Alright. And in the navigator, we're just going to go to the bottom tab, right? Show bottom tab items, and here at the top we're going to add the icon. It's going to be image, source, it's going to be require, and let's add the item dot image. Icon, sorry. Let's check this out again. Check this out. We have a problem over here. Let's close this. Sometimes we need to close it and start again. It's not every time, but from time to time. I got disconnected for a while, but I'm back online. So basically, I'm trying to reload the icon, but for some reason it's not working. Let's see what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes I have to refresh my memory. Yes, it's fine. Assets. Oh, my bad. Since I am in the Navigator, I think that's the problem. Let's see. Why? That maybe if I add it like this over here. Maybe if I add it like this in the beginning, oops, we'll have no problems whatsoever. Maybe. Or maybe not. Depends on the destiny, fate, and luck. Ooh, okay. Assets. We're here in app TSX, right? We're going to assets, home is fine, setting, oh, setting, perfect. Maybe that was the problem in the beginning. Oops. I think the home icon is a little bit a little bit big. Maybe we have to change the size. Style. Awesome, looks great. How cool is that? This is awesome, I like it. So let's make it better. Let's add a bit of a margin at the top, of maybe like 2 or 3. Let's delete the hide button tab here. It's configuration. Awesome. Okay, looks better. And let's center it also. Over here. Great. That's something like a... No, it's great. It looks great. It looks awesome, actually. And I think we can make it a little bit smaller because it looks kind of big. Maybe Yes, that's great. So yeah, what we basically did was we created a navigator that's able to help us change the screens. Has a back button. Oh, let's make this better. A better back button. This one from Free Pick. Thank you, Free Pick. You guys are awesome. So this one, I'm not going to add it in this screen, but I'm going to add it in the Navigator folder. So it's for the library and it doesn't have any problems. And I'm going to use yes. We're going to change the color depending on the tab color as well. So let's put that over here. Yes, it is. So let's add an image. Right. The source is going to be back.png. Let's see how it works. Why does it look bad now? Oh, it's in text. Sorry. Maybe that brought me some problems. Awesome. Yeah, it works now. I don't know what happened there, but for some reason when I add the image it gets weird. Oh, I know why. It's because it's huge. Maybe it's that. Let's see. Yes, it's that. And the tint is going to be light or dark, which is this. So let's copy this. Let's see if this works at first. Because sometimes that, yes, it works. So it basically changes the color, and if it's dark I put it on a white color, and if it's light I put it in a dark color. So let's add a navigator.instance.state.this. If it's the dark content, I just add a color white, or else color black. Oops, what was that? Let's check it out. And of course it's the other way around. as I always do for some reason. Awesome, now it works. Let's make it a bit more at the center. Navigator, maybe maybe not the title. Maybe 10 only. Let's see. Yes, looks great. Maybe 11, a nice name. Nice number. Great, looks great. Looks professional, no? Now it works perfect. So in the home screen, now I'm not going to hide the back button to see how it looks. It should look like a black button instead of a... Yes, awesome. Look at that. Looks great. Looks really, really nice. So yeah, guys, with that, we created an awesome and very simple navigator. And now I'm going to see if I can share it as a library. Let's see. I think yes, I think I'll do that in the next episode because I'm not understanding anything. I think I'm a bit tired. But yes, guys, with that we created an awesome navigator, very simple and easy to use. Also, it's compatible with everything because just some screens. And for your configuration, you just create this navigator, add the screens object with all the screens, the initial screen, and if you want, you can add the bottom tab. I really enjoyed this episode. It was really relaxing to create something from scratch, and the navigator is really fun as well to create, and it looks really nice. I really like it. Thanks for being here with me in this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did, and see you in the next episode, guys. Bye bye.